railways, air connectivity, everywhere there is a development. And also, the credit deposit ratio has also gone up substantially in all the states. But the problem is some of the areas where the MSMEs, as you rightly said, around 3 crores or 7 crores MSMEs, we have around 25 lakhs MSMEs. That constitutes around 4%. But the credit that has been received is only 1%. Number one. Number two, there is a huge scope to improve the number of MSMEs in Northeast. The only problem is how to get a firm registered, whether it is a partnership, whether it is limited liability or private limited. How to register is, there is a huge knowledge gap. And the CAs also, they are available only in state headquarters or in one or two states like Manipur and Assam. Other states, availability of chartered accountant is also a problem. But even if they are available, cost is very high. So the exact problem, actually being a development finance institution, I have been facing this problem because I have to lend to the micro, small, medium, preferably. Then only other this thing. So when I am lending this thing, people are not come prepared to take the loan. So right from the checking of the CIBIL to till registration. So what we did, that we appointed some bank mitras, some kind, not the name, name is something different, business facilitator, something like that. We have been trying. But Government of India has come out with this comprehensive scheme of developing the tier 2, tier 3 cities. It is going to help the Northeast especially, though other districts of some of the backward areas, etc. may, but Northeast, barring Assam, you have a lot of unserved and underserved areas. Though banking industry is have opened the branches, but still there are unserved and underserved areas where this hand-holding is very much necessary, number one. Number two, there is a huge development happening in Northeast. State governments are giving their own incentives. Central government is giving their incentive like Unnati, MOVDCR, so many schemes are there. So you to get the benefit, even you were just now covered with the two that venture capital funds. Even if you have to become eligible to take a venture capital fund, definitely the MSME has to be prepared and they should observe certain formalities that is to be done, or at least they should register as a company. So this is a big problem which we are trying to address it. But now with this kind of an initiative from Government of India, I am sure there is going to be a huge game change in Northeast, definitely, because now there is a biggest chip assembly factories coming up. Now ancillary industries has to come up in MSME area. So for that, there needs to be a lot of hand-holding and training. Training is more important. And then there are people who are ready to get trained, and because of some bankers, retired bankers, they are settled in those areas. All these people we can identify, we can train them, and they onward, they can train because here, these are all small units, food processing units, very small units. They don't need big money, but they should make themselves ready to take the funding from the banks or financial institutions. So I congratulate once again the Government of India. This is the exact problem which we are facing in Northeast, maybe in other districts of other country, but this is going to be a big game changer. Thank you.
चीज जो बताई कि अगर माइक्रो स्मॉल मीडियम एंटरप्राइजेस इनको स्केल अप करना है तो इनको किसी ना किसी रूप में, चाहे कंपनी के रूप में या लिमिटेड लायबिलिटी और पार्टनरशिप, किसी ना किसी फॉर्म में इनको रजिस्टर करना होता है। और इस समस्या को सुलझाने के लिए, इसमें इनको फैसिलिटेट करने के लिए गवर्नमेंट ने कॉर्पोरेट मित्रास का जो इस बार बजट अनाउंसमेंट हुआ है, उससे माइक्रो एंटरप्राइजेस स्पेशली जो है tier 2 tier 3 towns में उनको बहुत सुविधा और सहायता रहेगी. Now we will proceed ahead with the discussion. I will call upon Mr. Punuswamy again. So Mr. Punuswamy, the vision for a Viksit Bharat also requires strengthening of the manufacturing sector. I want to ask you how the announcement of the SME Growth Fund, how will it help the small and medium enterprises to strengthen the manufacturing, and how this will in general strengthen the manufacturing ecosystem in India?
Sir, once the equity comes, the satisfaction, the confidence of MSME improves. When he has funds, he has confidence. So we have seen a lot of when Prime Minister spoke about focus sector. See, like electronic components, this ECMS scheme is available for component manufacturing. If we see mobile export, our value addition about 15 to 20% only. So we have a lot of opportunity for MSME to make components. I think that way that scheme also very good. I think a lot of approval, particularly the recent approval ECMS, 54% is from MSMEs. I think it will have a great, like that critical minerals extraction, recycling. I think great opportunity. MSME, particularly in recycling, they can play a big role. Many MSMEs, they are doing very good growth in business. That is also there. And also this chemical park. See, there will be a lot of MSMEs who make some specialty chemicals. They can set up there by getting raw material from the major chemical industries. I think that will have, and also this biosciences, bulk drugs and drug industry, SMEs have a lot of opportunity. Again, labor intensive, textile, leather, it's all in rural area, a lot of units are there. I think they can also use this one and they become larger, and they can also do a lot of automation, use AI for manufacturing. So when they have money, they will think of all these things. Money is the major problem for them. Now you have solved that, sir. And also electrical vehicle components, so many things are there. Even renewable energy, a lot of things are happening. The components manufacturing SME can come, sir. Many opportunities, sir.
Thank you, Punuswamy ji. Now, when we speak of the manufacturing sector and when we interact with the MSMEs and MSME associations, one of the key constraints besides access to finance that the MSMEs face is access to technology. And access to technology also ultimately, requires some kind of funding. And we believe in Government of India that the SME Growth Fund is going to solve this problem. So this is not only access to credit, this is access to credit which will enable the small and medium enterprises to also utilize it towards investment into technologies. So with this, we will, given the restriction of time that we have, I will only be able to take few more questions. So now I will invite Padmaja ji, given your experience in running the venture capital funds. So what do you think should be the focus areas or the design elements for the SRI top-up that has been announced?
So I think, this top-up is important, and because it's focused on micro enterprises, I think two things would be very, very important. One is how these micro enterprises which are getting utilizing this top-up, how they're going to scale. And scale means technology adoption, innovation, and understanding how to build the businesses for scale. So I think that is one piece that is very critical. The other piece that I think is also very critical is how, as they grow, they can access private capital. Because the government money is getting this off the ground, but how can we catalyze private capital so that we actually move towards small and then medium and hopefully large and IPOs and all the rest of it. So I think this is a kicker in some ways to get them on a path to move towards IPOs. Not all will go there, but many will go there. And it will create a new innovative technology enabled supply chain, which can not only become a backbone for our country, but actually what Honorable Prime Minister mentioned in his speech was a global supply chain can be created from India. And that, I think, is where we could take this vision.
So we have time for one more question, and this I will like to pose to Mr. M.K. Jain. Given your experience as a banker, as a regulator, can you tell us this announcement in the budget regarding TREDS and the integration of TREDS with GEM, and also making TREDS a mandatory platform for the payment, for the procurement by the CPSEs? How this is going to broaden the TREDS ecosystem, and how it is going to help the MSMEs?
I think it was a long pending demand from the banks and BFCs as well as the industry. Because of the couple of reasons, while the government made it mandated that all CPSC and the corporates with a turnover of 250 crore and above must register on the TREDS platform. But the pace is not as desirable. The GEM is already having a very excellent portal where it starts from the order, the procurement, supply of the goods, and the invoice. And once there is a linkage of the GEM, seamless linkage of the GEM with the TREDS, so what it will help, it will basically reduce the friction of collecting the information by the banks and the financial institution. The asymmetry of information will go away. The time taken by the banks to really extract those data will drastically reduce, and all these efforts will definitely reduce the cost of financing as well. So definitely it will help in immediately providing this type of facility, the invoice discounting facility, to the all micro and small and medium enterprises who are willing to take this facility. So that's number one. Second, with regard to this mandating all the CPSC, I think it's the need of the hour. Presently, to my understanding, probably there are around 6,000 CPSC and the large corporates who are registered on the TREDS platform. But once it is mandated, then definitely there will be a very effective and very wide spectrum discounting facility available to all the units. Presently, what is happening, generally these micro and small and medium enterprises are at the receiving end from the buyer side, because they are having some bilateral contract with regard to the payment while it is mandated for 45 days, but still they are having bilateral and they don't have the other option to switch over from one buyer to another buyer. So at times under that threat, they find it very difficult to put out their invoice while they are willing to put out their invoice on the TREDS platform. Once it is mandated, then it's clearly available on the GEM portal as well as this portal. I think it will help a lot to the micro and small enterprises particularly.
Thank you, Mr. Jan. So we have already run out of time, so we will have to wind up this session here. This was a thematic session on the budget announcements, and would like to request all the viewers who are joined with us. Now we will be starting with the breakout sessions. So there will be 4 breakout sessions, so you can choose which session you want to join in. With this, thank you. Jai Hind.